to hardcore survival, and we lost a day while I was typing out all the information. Yay! Uh, it's been a busy morning, y'all. And a bit of a sad one, but eh. Honestly, I think this young lady be spitting. Shelby exists and makes stuff. And she's almost giving a manifesto-esque reading of this, but and honestly, I feel like it's a little bit, I don't know. I got a few people that are technically boomers that are friends of mine that they don't fit this motif, but I do get it with the majority of them. Because it's also one of those, I have like 2 friends that would count as boomers. All the rest of the people I know that are of that age group look at me like a parasite, because I be a millennial. But I find that a lot of her hate directed directly at the boomers is misplaced, because you're completely ignoring Gen X. They saw the 2 choices they had, the whole 2-pill bullshit. They saw it, and they said, well, fuck you, long as I can get mine, I want to be Al Bundy. They never realized Al Bundy wasn't a goal, it was a warning. But I mean, hell, y'all, it's like what John Johnson was talking about this morning. It's the... You know, the main reason I hate rich people, it isn't because of they're rich. It's because we live in a world where so much money could be put to better use. We live in a world where, right now, it's been about, well, in about 4 minutes, right now, some child will have starved to death. Meanwhile, Elon Musk bought his 2nd boat. Meanwhile, the richest people in the world are being just stupid douchebags with their money. And, oh, well, you just jealous because you don't got it. I mean, not really. I'm jealous because it's not jealousy, it's anger. I don't understand why a country that knows how the game is played doesn't tax the wealthy. Because, y'all, I hate to tell y'all this, but at least in North America and South America, we could totally have a universal basic income just based on taxing the wealthy jackasses who decide to hide out here and use slave labor based on prison labor force and the basic low-grade minimum wage labor force that'll do whatever they want for a low price. They're unabashed about it. That's why they pick people to do it like Americans. And don't get it twisted. We're not in the battery factories making the toxic stuff. No, we're running. We're running ourselves and burning the world ragged with all these stupid delivery things. We're helping to expedite the end of the world. Not because of wanting, but because, you know, just getting by. I mean, the majority of us we don't do the bad. We just survive, and our byproduct produces the bad. Because, for the record, I don't think every Uber driver, for example, is laughing maniacally as they go and kill another 5 minutes of our planet so that some fat ass doesn't have to walk to the end of their block to go to the Starbucks to get their 4 coffees. Let's ignore the fact that much like in The Good Place, I can point out those coffees made by child slave labor or by just plain other slave labor of other countries. But yeah, it's all bad on bad on bad. And the only real way to fix that would be to work together to fix it. Like, when I say general strike, I mean everyone stops, not because, oh, well, I'm a worker like this, and although there's those lazy workers. No. We're all working our asses off. The only people that are lazy are those rich higher-ups. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to get the Swifties after me this time. Why not? But like Taylor Swift, the dumb bitch. And yeah, I'm being mean now. I don't care. Bitch is rich enough. My voice doesn't fucking matter. She could have me killed 4 times over. But it's like... And it's not a hatred of the lady, let's be clear. I don't care for her music because it's vapid and stupid. I don't care for her fan base because I find most of them to be vapid and stupid. And I don't like it... Let's be clear. I like Ice-T's music. I like 3 Days Grace music. And I like Rare Americans. Would I go swing a fist for Rare Americans if somebody called them a weak-ass band? Absolutely not. Would I brigadier somebody if someone called the lead singer of Rare Americans a bitch? No, why would I? They might not be rich, but they're well off enough to take care of themselves. So why is it okay for other fan bases to totally become assholes for, like, nonsensical things, you know? Like I said, it's just... And then they get back into the, like, kids these days thing. And I'll be honest, I don't know what kids these days are into. I don't keep up with the kids that much, because I don't have any, because when I saw, 2050, the average temperature will be around 120 degrees in the summer. Nah, I'm good. I don't want to bring kids into that. I'll be checking out around the time the world becomes unlivable. Well, what about the human race? Fuck the human race. We have totally destroyed this planet. If the human race is anything, it is a disgusting parasitic ape that will destroy any planet it's put on. Because we hate. We are creatures made of hate. And yeah, you can look at it, well, what about this animal? We can play whataboutism, but name me another animal that will actively destroy its own environment to kill a different animal. Not like, I'm going to make myself sick to get rid of this gut parasite. No. I don't like that red capuchin over there, so I'm going to genocide all capuchins. Chimps. Chimps are the one animal that might do something like that, but it's not an all chimps thing. Whereas, look at America right now. You might not be wanting to support the genocide in Gaza, but you're doing it. I'm doing it, much as I hate it. But if you pay taxes, if you buy products that support the genocide, guess what? You're saying that poor starving Gazan child, well, I hate it for you, buddy, but I need my burger. And it's okay, because you're not having to look at them. You're not having to think about it. And I'm broken enough mentally that if I had it my way, they had a documentary made about the one little girl that was trying to escape Gaza with her family, innocent little child. Her vehicle, as she tried to escape, got gunned down by the IDF, the Israeli Special Forces that we're paying to do this. They murdered her entire family in that bombing. Her older sister was there with her, left alive. The older sister called the Palestinian Liberation Front, or whatever the organization is there to try to rescue civilians. And we got audio. That I believe this film actually included the audio in the ending credits. But first the sister gets up, she tries to call for aid. The aid workers say that they're trying. They try to get in touch with the IDF. The IDF thinks the children are Hamas. So they shoot the older sister, who is about a 14-year-old girl. Now the 8-year-old or the 5-year-old is stuck inside the bloodied car with the decaying remains of her family. She cries because she's scared of the dark and she just wants somebody to help her. The woman on the other end of the line, as well as the man who later takes the woman's place, try to talk to her, try to convey their love and that it'll be okay. And then they finally get the okay from the bloodthirsty, maggoty, fucking nasty bastards that is the IDF. And they say, yeah, go ahead, go rescue the kid. We know it's a kid now. And so the World Aid Organization sends in a van with medical aid and probably a few stuffed animals or something like that to try to alleviate this girl's very traumatic experience. And the line goes dark. When they send in for backup to find out what happened, they find that the IDF has basically bombed the van. Also, less than 40 feet away from the van, the bombed-out car with the girl's decayed remains inside. The last message she said was, please don't get off the line. I'm scared of the dark and I don't want to die. And then we, proud Americans, gave the IDF the money to murder that small child in the most barbaric and evil fucking way imaginable. But by all means, proud to be an American, right? We love sucking Uncle Sam's dick. If you're not upset, then I'm sorry, you're not a human. Fuck you. You can't get into this knowledge and start learning this stuff without getting a little bit radicalized, a little bit, wow, that's fucked up. And then when you hear the full scope of it, it's like, wow. Hey, Jaden, what's up? Hard morning, I'm afraid. Bit of a rough one. But we're doing alright. Rest of the world ain't. Rest of the world's burning. But we're doing alright. Like I said, y'all, I'll call today like I do every day. Hey, if you work for the U.S. government in any way, shape, or form, if you aid by getting them so much as coffee, maybe today's the day we talk about a general strike. Because, yeah, you walking out, you'll be replaced. You'll be replaced as easily as a cog in a machine. You are less than vermin to your bosses. But How many of us can they replace if we all just start deciding, fuck this, why am I helping with this? We'll all starve. I mean, right now, winter's coming. You should have been storing up until this point, but I get it. Nobody has the chance or the finances to. So it's time to start learning wild foraging techniques, because the world will find a way to help you. It's just an uphill battle. And the fun thing is, if everyone starts getting involved, planting edible food rather than just grasses that benefit nobody, planting things that will help to restructure the environment back to being an environment to support life rather than just being one to look pretty, then we'll get a lot further as people. Right now, myself, I'm looking at how to jam and do something with these choke cherries that are growing literally everywhere rampantly and just being ignored. I'm trying to find ways to make more food or find more food, because very soon, as the Google has informed me this morning, the SNAP benefits are going to be going away. They're slowly taking away all the benefits, the few benefits this shithole government gives us. And when that time comes, what do you think's going to happen next? Do you think the billionaires are suddenly going to grow a spine? They're suddenly going to, oh, morals. No. When they figured out there's no afterlife to be afraid of, they stopped caring at all about the optics of how they look. I mean, fuck's sake, you got Taylor Swift doing white supremacist bullshit out in the open now. And yeah, I hear you, oh, well, it's subliminal in the song. That's not directly linked. I mean, I feel you, it ain't directly linked, but the darling who hated Trump is now suddenly singing very Republican, I want to make baby songs, so, I mean, yeah, maybe she's not a plant, but she looks like a plant to me. Like I said, y'all, I'm a little fucking heated this morning. Sorry about all that. If you ask what happened, nothing. I just took a break from the news media, read some good books, enjoyed my time, and then when I came back expecting, you know, something to have changed for the better, I was expecting, you know, step away, no King's protest happens, maybe America grows a little bit of a fucking spine finally and pulls the fucking Saudi goddamn dildo out our ass. I come back to, nope, there have been 4 more mass shootings since I left to just have fun with my media stuff. Gaza, the peace bullshit that everyone's been sucking Trump's dick for, that didn't even hold for a full fucking hour, y'all. Netanyahu was already murdering civilians day they started that peace agreement because, well, where are the rest of the hostages' bodies? You mean the bodies of the people you blew up in a building and murdered everybody in? Yeah, those bodies, where are they at? At the bottom of all the rubble that you made. We want those bodies back. Okay, can we have backhoes and stuff to get the bodies out? We want you to get them for us now. And then they started bombing them. Because that's the IDF. That's the place that our country, America, supports. I don't really do the phone thing as much. I'm currently just building a little... Have you seen the show The Shaft? This is going to be the essential route, as it were, to the entire base system that I have that'll go across the map. Hopefully without dying, because that's why I play it on hardcore mode. But yeah, y'all, it's rough. And heck, y'all, I'm mostly worried about the future. I'm worried about the kids. I'm worried about who comes after us, because somebody needs to, right? I mean, I just, y'all, it's so bad. I shouldn't have walked away for a day. I should have known better. The No Kings rally did do good, though, at least. It was nice to see so many people getting motivated to do the bare minimum of showing up. Now, I really hope that some major networking got done, and, you know, soon we'll see a new blue wave to take over this horrible fascist nation. I don't know if it'll happen. I really don't. I hope it does. I love the fact that of all the protests, much like with BLM, the only ones that they can show violence at were Republicans doing violence. Of course there were no lefties doing any violence. Most of them were in frog suits singing about peace and saying, hey, let's work together. The whole when they go low, we go high. And we can say it's helpful. I mean, it does give a sign to the world what good people we are, how nice we are, we follow the rules and all that. But I'm still like, you know, are we doing anything though? That's a first step. And it was a very good first step. It pissed off the entire fascist wing. You got mixed messages going out. Was it an Antifa hate rally that rallied billions against the U.S.? Or was it nothing and a bunch of kids just making noise in suits? They can't get their message straight because their enemy is both the most powerful thing in the world and the weakest thing in the world, easily crushed. That's the thing, though, y'all. It's how you know we're winning. If they can't get the story straight, then eventually that space will fracture further, which it's already doing, because fascists never succeed. They can't. They literally can't succeed because they claim the left purity test each other a lot. And we do, sometimes to an extreme amount. But we purity test each other over who wants to do the good job, who wants to help the most, where people break our vows or our word. We purity test for the right reasons. The right strictly purity tests on the, you know, well, how white are you? Well, are we considering all the whites white, or is it just the, you know, World War I level whites? World War II, really. But, you know, when the Irish weren't considered white folk, and the Italians weren't considered white folk, that's kind of the purity testing Republicans run on. Whereas Democrats go on, well, how many kids can we save? How many people can we feed? And again, maybe I'm just playing with you and thinking about the Democrats from my millennial era because, well, let's not forget, Obama is the drone strike king. I mean, Biden made all the promises in the world and then basically kowtowed to genocidal maniacs, hence the nickname Genocide Joe. The whole system's garbage and shit from the inside to the out. And I'm not saying violent fucking rebellion because that won't work. They own the monopoly on violence, y'all. That's the biggest thing that upsets me. Oh, well, you're calling for violence. Why would I do that? We would lose. If every leftist and every radical, everybody pissed off about the genocide right now, got the guns that could easily be found within reach of us, because as Americans we have 5 guns per person here in the U.S., and went to go get them, you know what would happen? The U.S. Army would put us down like rabid dogs in the street. If cities went blue, the president would nuke those cities. It would be a world war situation that would just be happening on our countryside, and we would inevitably lose because the Democrats would pull for, well, let's give them a chance here, y'all, and then we would get nuked. Because the Democratic policy is, let's hold the line, and it needs to be, let's move the line progressively to the better dawn. Like I said, y'all, I'm a little bit frustrated, but it's because, basically, as all the rest of the millennials here, I've been given a rotten fucking fish and told to make a goddamn meal of it. I've been given fair and salted earth and been told, but you've been given everything. We've been given nothing, and yet been told that we're lazy for not thanking them for the blood-soaked, salted earth they gave us. Like I said, I would love to have somebody actually come in and prove me wrong. Come in and undoomer the whole system of it. But I don't see it happening because we don't want to change fundamentally. Like, the American people want to change so long as we do it en masse with edgy, fun things, and everyone gets a trophy for doing it, and no one has to be the bad guy. Y'all, I hate to tell you this, but we're the bad guys. We're the bad guys, y'all. You might be the boy in the striped pajamas rather than the Nazi SS enforcement officer, but if you're helping the U.S., you are actively hurting the rest of the world right now. That's the big thing about it. And I want to get back to where we can be good for the U.S., but it's like the U.S. needs to be good for the world. And like I said, I don't know how we do that. I don't know how we get there. How I get there is the same way that I've been doing it. Picking up trash trying to be demure about good deeds while also trying to help out any way I can to inspire y'all to do some stuff yourselves. That's it, y'all. It won't get better till people actually care an awful lot. And I don't think most Americans will care an awful lot, because right now we're struggling like hell just to put food on the table. And we don't really like, oh, how do we fix that one? Start getting rid of the billionaires. Money's a pie chart, y'all. Goodwill, human rights, these things are not a pie chart. Giving the gays rights will not take away yours. Giving the trans folks rights will not take away your rights. However, giving Zuckerberg $4 billion will take away your ability to make $100. Because it all links together. It's a pie chart. If the billionaires get more, we on the bottom get less. It's just how markets work. It's why capitalism is a predatory system. And why when people tell you, oh, but it's a good system. No, it's not. It's as good a system as nature is a good and loving mother. That's the thing, is I get so frustrated with these fucking market bros who think that, oh, capitalism is the greatest. Why? Because I made a lot of money from my daddy making a lot of money. Okay, so it's great for you and no one else. Fuck you. We need to stop coddling these people. Just call it like it is. Because again, I think that my directness kind of puts some of the salt in their craw about shit. Because they'll, well, if you had just done that, oh, but I did do that. Well, clearly you did something wrong. Okay, well, let's examine what I did wrong. Oh, well, there's your problem. You helped out other people. So you've got a system that predates on people for being kind, that will reward kindness with cruelty, and cruelty with great financial reward. This is the good system? Well, we're a Christian nation. Oh, cool. Okay, so what was it God said about rich people and the kingdom of heaven? What was it he said? Oh, yeah, that's right. No Christian can be rich. He was more radical than me against the rich, y'all. I think we should re-educate the rich. Christ called for the death of the rich. Did he go into the church and gently chide the moneylender saying, come on now, y'all, come on now? Or did he grab a rod from the church banner and beat them from the church, flipping tables and drawing blood? That was the only time Christ ever got pissed, was at the money people, the bankers. And don't get that one twisted. You know, I hope, what I mean when I say bankers. I don't mean some cabal of a certain faith. No. I mean the greedy motherfuckers that would rather have $100 than a friend. I mean the people who don't look at finances as a way to make sure everyone finds their way to succeed and balance it, but the ones that look at finances as, well, at least I'm eating filet mignon, you peasants can enjoy your McDonald's. Those are the people I hate. And for the record, most of those aren't even bank members today, because maybe you're ignorant like I was when I was younger. I used to go into a bank thinking all these tellers are decently paid because, you know, they're handling the money. Clearly, they're paid enough to not want to steal it. No, y'all, most bank tellers that I speak to on a daily that are like personal human-to-human relationships, they make like $5 more than your McDonald's workers, wherever you're at. They make $5 above the minimum wage, usually. And that's not always. But again, it's a predatory system. Why are the sheep surprised when Grandma goes to the wolves and then the wolves say, how delicious, what about the granddaughter? Why are we surprised? Again, we have a nation that not only didn't have a problem with it, but said, yeah, give me the child rapist. I don't want the brown woman, I want the child rapist. That's the one our country chose. So again, when you tell me this country's great, at what? For what? To who? Well, we won what? Everywhere America has gone, we have left bloodshed, death, and capitalism in our wake. We have done nothing to benefit our fellow man and only brought further destruction on our planet. And yeah, I get it. Oh, woke kids don't like to do it. Guys, seriously, do I seem like I'm kind of antisocial with people. But I see people and it's like, even if I'm antisocial, even if I don't want to sit down and talk forever with you, I would still like to make sure you got food, you got medical supplies, you got fucking, no one's going to sell you cough drops for your strep throat. They're going to give you something that'll cure your strep throat. They'll give you antibiotics. I don't want somebody that's going to give you chamomile tea when you need a fucking Adderall or I'm trying to think of good, like, antipsychotic medication names. But still, I'm tired of the woo-woo bullshit. Because guess what? All of JFK's kids are vaccinated. I wonder why. I mean, Trump talks all the fucking time about how great fucking Qatar is. How many houses does he have over there, y'all? I mean, does his daughter live in Qatar under their principles? Not that he would have a problem with it, because we all know he would fuck his daughter if nobody would get onto him for it. But again, this is the U.S. president, and this isn't like, go ahead, Trump, sue me. I can prove all of this just by your own fucking words. I mean, that's the insanity of the world we live in. The predator can sue you because you called them a predator. But they can call every trans person a pedophile. Y'all, this would be hilarious if we weren't actually living it. If it weren't for the genuine human fallout of our folly, this would be fucking hilarious. I'm sure some alien out there is laughing themselves till they piss. I mean, you realize we're the country that screams freedom, and yet we're the only one that's we are the only one that's a active world country that has a functioning slave system. I mean, yeah, Qatar has them, and yeah, some of the less than splendid, human rights organization places have slave labor, and so do we. If you jaywalk, if you sell too much weed, or you sell the methamphetamines, or you jaywalk one too many times, or you tag a building, you can be locked up. If you arrive in a jail and you go from jail to prison, guess what? You are now a laborer for the whatever state you're in, and you will be paid pennies, if anything. What is that, friends? It's not slavery with extra steps. It's why we can use prisoners as slave labor. It's why in this new America we can use prisoners as medical experiments. Well, we don't do that. Yeah, the fuck we do. Because what do you think they're going to get there? I mean, women are delivering babies in jails with sugar as a cauterization unit. There was a man today, I saw it on the little Facebook nonsense, but there was a man today or the other day in Paulding that died because he was a bit of a pyro, should have been in a different setting than a prison, but he was a bit of a pyro, and so he set something on fire. He later needed medical help, but they weren't going to get him medical help for the inhalation that he caused himself, so he cut himself across the abdomen, hoping to get sent to medical leave. That man died of gangrene in his cell, because, fuck him, I guess. He set a fire, so he doesn't deserve human life. This is America, y'all. This isn't, this is some third world, No, this is Georgia in America. And it's perfectly fine to most of y'all, because he deserved it. He was in jail, so he was a terrible person. No, not necessarily. I mean, yes, some terrible people are in jail. I'm not saying that, give up on the system. I'm saying we need to completely reform the system and make it in such a way that unless you're hurting someone, it's not a crime. That would be the first step I do to it. Because, yeah, it amazes me that every ad you see is a scam for something. They can literally tell you, here, I put a magnet in this water. It electrified the water, and now it will cure your Alzheimer's disease. Here, listen to Bruce Willis tell you that. And then they have AI Bruce Willis sell you their magnet water. And you can go to Ingles and buy their magnet water now. Will it do anything? No. But they'll sell it to you like it will, and you'll spend your hard-earned money on it. And if they get caught, if someday their magnet water kills someone, which is what it would take for them to get caught for this scam, then maybe they'll get fined. Not prison time, not arrested, fined. I mean, think about it. When Hurricane Helene hit and that factory owner killed around 15 of his employees because he would not allow them to evacuate until after the hurricane was within sight. Did he go to prison? Did he face anything? He got proven in court that that was not a criminal case. So again, y'all, where is the justice? More importantly, what can you or I do to fix it? Because again, I'm not saying go set fires, anarchy, burn it down, ha 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 ha. No, I'm saying we need to talk. We need to be real with each other. We need to cut the bullshit and quit pretending like some hero's going to come down. And we need to start making the active work. Because really, we should have been doing it for years now. Like I said, I'm not your main speaker here. If you want some hope, I would highly suggest checking out Hannah's new video. Go check out Cyrus's stream. He went and talked to a Trump supporter at the No Kings rally. And yeah, it was about as sad as you would think it would be. Just the one little dipshit in the crowd holding his little proud Trump flag saying, "Fuck you" to everybody that drove by. And then happily smiling every time anyone drove by saying Trump. Like I said, but every time he did that, he would then point at the crowd and say, "Those are all the Soros cults." Like I said, check out Cyrus's video. He went and talked to a crazy person. And I didn't even put that fence this. Like I said, y'all, I'm sorry to just water hose all this at you. It's just been building for days. And I am sorry for it. If I had been taking each day and like reading each news story one by one, perhaps it wouldn't hit so fire hose effect. But it's like I wonder what the news has been up to. It's been a fairly slow day talking about video games and nonsense. Might as well talk about some real shit. Surely good I need to quit expecting good things to happen in the news. I need to give that dream up. That dream died. The only thing the news has now is horror. Horror and sadness and blood and death. And billionaires that get away with unspeakable horrors, the likes of which, if that happened in the olden days, we would, call them dragons, eldritch monsters. We would send knights to their door to slaughter them as monsters. But in our modern day, we just call that good business. Like I said, y'all, just take me as your local crazy friend trying to warn you of the storm coming that no one seems to care about until we're soaked in it. And like I said, y'all, not everyone can be a farmer, not everyone can be a soldier, not everyone can be everything. So, pick a talent that you're good at. Find something that genuinely, brings you joy. For me, I'm learning how to repair clothes, but the real joy comes from putting food on people's plates. So, learning how to cook with bare bones ingredients. Learning how to pull salt out of foods, because most of the preservatives that they pack into our canned meats are slowly also killing us. But again, it's because I know the system's going to collapse. At the moment, like most of the millennials, I'm just waiting for it to now. Because it feels like anything we do to try to prop it up is just going to crash in our face harder. I mean, let's talk about a fun pattern right quick, y'all, while I'm crashing out here on Minecraft, I guess. But I'm sure most of y'all don't remember, but do y'all remember the housing market crash? It happened right after the .com crash, where basically the internet, there were a bunch of old people. If you watch the original Roadhouse, you'll get a lot of that anti-internet in it, because it's, well, I don't have a phone line. If you want them modern affairs, you just got to go into that yuppie town. It was very anti-technology, because they genuinely thought, we would all get tired of talking to each other on the phone, and people would just hate each other enough to go back into our own little circles. And it didn't happen. So it branched out. Then everyone was getting rich off of .com. There was a website creator that's still out there, I don't know what the hell they do now, called GoDaddy. That was just, hell, a lot of authors got their names because it was just, they put their name in as a web title. Now when you type in their name, you go to their website. Everyone was doing it. You could make hundreds of thousands of dollars just typing in code onto a machine. And then you couldn't. And then these companies that had put hundreds of thousands, because at that time that was the most you had put in things, there weren't millions and billions to put in. But they put hundreds of thousands into it to get this baby to take off, and it crashed. And it's still, like, it's still going on. The internet's still there. We're never going to bug out from the internet. But the whole, you can get online and just spend your day on the computer playing on Neopets and make $100,000. Those days are dead. YouTube had its own burst way back in the early 2000s, where any dipshit like me could get on here and build a fan following and end up with... I know quite a few YouTube creators that I like to watch, like Surus, that bought his entire fucking house and property on YouTube. He maintains it through people paying him. But he got a big, well-funded audience back in the day. Kids that were watching him in school now have graduated school and throw a little bit of cash back to their favorite streamer because he kept them company all those nights studying. I'm not, for the record, demeaning Surus or his fans for that, nor Hannah nor her fans. If you're parasocially linked to someone like that, that's a good thing. I'm just saying it's not... Okay, for the two that I mentioned there, they're good streamers. Now let's talk about, say, Kai, I believe is the dude's name. Yeah, chat. Let's talk about Kai, chat. Let's talk about Kai, chat, and watch other people's videos, chat. Let's talk about Kai, chat. There are people like him that make hundreds, possibly thousands, from doing nothing. Less than nothing. He takes other people's content and just watches it. And again, I get the reaction videos, but he's not even reacting. It's just, wow, wow. And still, he's getting funded. I don't know why, I don't know who, but he is. Those are the ones I'm talking about. The dude bro streamers that convince children to play their gambling games with them. Because, well, hey, y'all, we just won $10,000. Isn't that cool? And I didn't have to invest anything in it. It was all y'all's money. Wow, let's see what we're going to do with that $10,000. We're going to put $8,000 back on the slots, and the rest of this I'm going to put over here while no one's paying attention. Those people. And there are a lot of them. I'd also get on to many of the toxic dude bros that are on here selling incel shit to kids. Because again, it's just toxic. It's bad for you. Yeah, I'm blowing up. I'm pissed off. It fucking sucks. I don't have real great solutions here. But I'm also not going to tell you, oh, but it's women's fault. Because whenever they're telling you it's them, without giving you a good reason why it's them, they're trying to weaponize you. Don't get weaponized. What I'm telling you to do is, if blood and poop and gore doesn't bother you, if in fact it sometimes amuses you, start studying anatomy. Take a basic first aid class. Study disease, and by that I mean take a few courses on, like, what was it called? House made it popular, and then it bombed out because people realized you couldn't be House. But not an anesthesiologist, a pathologist. Study pathologies. It's not the field for the faint of heart. You'll quickly find out how close we all are to death at any given moment. But if you have the skills and if you're not put off by it, God damn it, if you have the skills and if you're not put off by it, we need more people that have medical training, first aid training. We need more nutritionists that aren't just obsessed with you lowering your body fat index, but people that are actually interested in, no, that you need so many calories a day, here's what your ideal calorie would be, let's work within our system where we can with what we can to get what we need done. We need more nutritionists that aren't obsessed with getting people thin, but are obsessed with getting people healthy. Because thin does not mean healthy, nor does fat mean unhealthy. It's kind of you thing. It's a survival thing. And the idea of an average human is, well, insane to think about nowadays, considering you're talking about a creature that has spent millennia changing itself radically just to fit in with its own prerogative. I mean, y'all, fucking 200,000 years ago, we were barely sentient. We were still, like, salvaging and fighting Neanderthal and eating our own children's brains if they didn't quite look right. We were still very much a violent, undiscernible from any other violent ape creature. And then we slowly started to get better as we got more inclusive to each other, as we started to work together more, as we started to tear down those barriers. When the warring tribes slowly became functioning kingdoms before they devolved into warring kingdoms again, we're complex is what I'm saying. We're not the root of all evil. There's no, let's eliminate the human race. But we're also not divinely blessed falling out of God's anus. We're apes. We came out of the mud like all the rest of the apes and all the rest of the animals here. That cockroach that you hate and despise so fucking much, say hello to your cousin. Maybe a distant cousin, but still a cousin nonetheless. We are all linked together. And by that link, we can do amazing and horribly terrible things. And real talk, we need to get off the horribly terrible track and get back onto the doing the good track. I mean, for fuck's sake, I get the whole let's extend human life, healthier living, better science. I get that. I'm all for that. Fuck yeah, that shit's poggers. Do people still say poggers? But the idea that, oh, I'm going to upload Grandma's consciousness into this speaking spell, and then I can talk to Grandma for... No, Grandma died. Grandma died back in 2005. Sorry if that hit a little too real for some of y'all. But Grandma died back in 2005. Grandma's dead. Grandma is no more. She is worm food. If there's another place, she is there. That thing that you're speaking to is a robot that's wearing your grandmother's corpse and puppeting it. You would be disgusted if it smelled like Grandma did. But instead, because it's just offering you warm cookies, you're happy with it, even if those warm cookies are a little scratched sometimes. And even if she tells you how much she loves Snoop Dogg's new soundtrack, even though, you know, Grandma died in 2005, frequently misused a certain slur that wouldn't be cool today, and called it the hippity-hop. But no, now she loves it, because the algorithmic feed tells you that you like it, so of course your sociopath, or your sycophantic machine is going to go, well, of course I love it, honey, you love it. Stop trying to bring back the dead. Leave the dead rest. That there's a reason that necromancy was banished. And I never thought that we would be having necromancy conversations in 2025, but it feels like what we're trying to do is some kind of fucked up 40k tech necromancy. And again, y'all, there's no soul to revive. It's what makes this so... It's what makes this life so special. It's why it's such a sad thing that so many of us waste our lives building these amazing things on a screen when we could be out there with a chisel and a hammer doing it IRL, but that line of work doesn't work anymore. And to get into it, now you have to have a daddy who did the work forever and a mother who's willing to work in the industry, and we lost it, y'all. We lost the fucking plot and we traded it for pixels. And again, I'm not telling you not to play. Did I stop playing the game? No, I'm saying recognize what it is and don't let them use it as a weapon against us, but use it against them. Do what I'm doing when you stream. Talk about the shit that's pissing you off and then try to find ways to work around it to make it function right. Don't get lethargic. I mean, hell, I should have gone to the No Kings protest here in Cartersville, but as my partner David had said, well, you want to go next door to the Dollar General and protest? Nah, we're in bad country for that, because we ain't got a ride. He can't get on a bicycle and ride the 10 miles into town with me. And I didn't want to just leave him here to take care of everybody by himself. So I neglected my civic duty. And one day I will have to answer for that. But we all live lives, y'all. My thing is, try not to let yourself get complacent in the actual work, pretending to do the work. And above all else, don't fall for the trap that I did and expect Pedro Pascal or anybody to do it for you. Because don't get me wrong, I'm not going to hate on Pedro. I love that man. Parasocially. I don't know him. He could have an open baby-eating ring for all I know. I doubt it, but, you know, we don't fucking know these people. I just know that when he speaks publicly, he says shit that sounds good and nothing that sounds really that bad. I know that when he speaks about working for people, it's not about, well, let's get one over on our enemies. It's about, hey, we should all, like, this world's hard, y'all. Let's work together. Hey, check out my cool sister here. There's where I was looking for. And of course I broke my pick. Oh, now we break it with pork chop. But yeah, y'all, it's whatever you can do. Everything's on fire. We don't need any more people telling us about the fire. We need folks grabbing buckets. That's what I'm trying to do with my little folk art shit. That's what I'm trying to do, getting people to work together. It's why I go out into the community as I am, open, proud, and unabashed. And I'm not alone, y'all. As many assholes try to run me off the road or blow their horns or roll coal, I believe is what you dipshits call it, where they run past me in their tiny dick truck and then blast a bunch of black smoke at me while I'm biking there. And now we have 2 more people that are biking. One old fella that might have actually started the trend. I think he's been doing it longer than I have. But one old fella on a blue 3-wheeled bike and another old fella on a white 3-wheeled bike. One in Cartersville, one that comes from U Harley to Cartersville, and I don't know where he's going, but I applaud him. I see the assholes honking at him and harassing as he rides down the road. And again, y'all, my question to that is, why? Oh, well, how dare you have your bicycle on the road? You should go and spend all your wealth like I did on this stupid tiny dick truck so I can feel like a man and Daddy can love me again. Oh, you unpacking something there, bud? No, I like my Landmaster Ranch King of Truck. Oh, cool. So you work on a ranch? Well, not really, because I don't like getting dirty, and hornets and wasps kind of scare me, and there are hornets and wasps out there. Oh, so why do you have the heavy-duty, super-duty King Ranch? 'Cause I feel like a man with it. Oh, that's very weird, little boy, but okay. Well, have fun, little guy. And honestly, that's the shit I've been doing just recently to my little bit of counterintuitive work, I guess, but start treating these people like they are. I mean, shit. If you see a construction worker driving a giant truck because they've got 500... well, that's an exaggeration. Because they've got, like, 8, 9 fucking giant loads on that bitch and it's stacked to the gills and it's lashed down, then yeah, they're putting their Super Duty Farm King whatever to the use. My problem is how many people got them dumping little loads. They got their trucks looking like they're taking a little shit on the road. And that's style now, y'all. Woo-hoo. My truck looks stupid. Woo! It went from being a work engine that could put food on a family's table and help friends move, and move heavy loads for the good of everybody, move roadkill, move debris out of the road, help free up roads in disasters. And now some little bitch can just ride around with his truck scooted over, rolling coal everywhere they go to feel like a big man. Want to feel like a big man? Go down on U Harley Road where the washout happened and the drains are blocked, and take your big truck and your tiny dick and start clearing out drains. Take the wood debris to the local landfill rather than just dumping it. Hey, strong, manly man who's unscared of war and death. Go pick up that dead, bloated deer corpse, because I can't get it. My bike can't handle that load. Your tiny dick Super King truck can, though. Oh, but you can't handle the decay, because the smell make you gag and vomit. I get it, big man, but why did you buy the giant truck that you're never going to use for its purpose, then? To feel like a man. Okay. Did it help? It did till you started pointing out all these inadequacies. Oh, I'm sorry, bud. I mean, again, it's why my cousin hates me now, because he played Metal Gear Solid so goddamn well. Again, I think Kojima should contact the little motherfucker. He was good at that game. He is arguably good at that game. But that's not the military, bud. You're not a badass. You're just good at a fun game. And that's cool. Be good at a game. I'm good at Minecraft. Am I Travis the Great Architect? No. I'm a dude that wastes an hour a day making a fun little thing on Minecraft. When I play Saints Row, am I the boss? The greatest gang leader the world has ever known? A man who will unite the world under a red fist of courage? No, I'm a fucking dude playing a Grand Theft Auto knockoff that basically should be taken as seriously as it takes itself. It's fun. It's saying something important there about friendship and community and working together. But outside of that, y'all, your video games don't define you. Unless you make them define you. I mean, it's like how Warhammer 40k, either that tells me you really know your history stuff and you're really into like dark, semi-realistic futurescape, or you're a fucking Nazi and you really think that there is a such thing as a superior race. Even though if you pay attention to Warhammer, that's kind of the antithesis of the point of Warhammer. But still, it's, like I said, we could write we could write libraries on Americans misunderstanding their media. Like how there are actual fight clubs now across the U.S., and yet billionaires still rake in hundreds of thousands of dollars off of these fight clubs. Because they organize on Zuckerberg's site, or they organize on Twitter, and they pay the extra money so that they can stay, air quote here, anonymous. Nothing, and I do mean nothing you do online is anonymous, friends. Everything can be traced, everything can be filed, everything is logged. If you don't believe it is, try it. You know what I'm saying? Try it. See how quick the FBI kicks in your door. I'm just saying, you can't have it both ways. Either it's the Wild West and nobody knows who anyone is or where everyone's going, or it's a computer and it files and logs everything scientifically sterile as a computer does. Like I said, I rebel against technology a lot, but I'm not a Luddite. I love data as a character. I just hate the fact that so many people would fuck data. And for the record, I'm not talking about the actor here. Regardless of how you feel, I feel that actor got wasted as Data. Because, not LeVar Burton, that was, I'm forgetting the name of Data. I hope someone can correct me in the future. I love the actor who played Data. And he is hilarious. Like, all around, he's a great, hilarious comedic actor. And I feel like if Star Trek hadn't taken him, he would have been the George Carlin of that time. But still, I like him. And at the same time, it's... everyone would fuck Data and not realize that would be very wrong to do to Data. That entire episode was a yikesy episode because Data is a bit like a child. He can grasp the concept of sex, he understands the mechanics because he has read the books. But he is an android, or a robot. A living robot, but a robot that has no interest in human mating. He is our asexual king. And basically you'd be surprised at the number of fanfics that, oh, I could change him? Which, by the way, y'all, it was a big thing, like when I was growing up in the 90s, that, oh, every gay man's just trying to convert every straight man. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. They're trying to get you on the team. They're trying to... I heard that shit the entire time I grew up. You know how many people I got surprised to find out, oh, no, Travis, I'm gay. What? Oh, cool. Because I don't catch sexual innuendos that much, y'all. They fly over my fucking head a lot of the time. And so people would be flirting with me, and I would miss it completely. Or I would be talking about something, and I'd miss that they were giving me clear social cues that it was them. But my point in that is this. The big talking point on the right is all the groomers and the people trying to... Do you know how many straight people I have heard, straight men in particular, that are going to convert the lesbian? How many times I explained to dudes that in like Job Corps and things like that, that I don't know why I'm attracted to lesbians, but I really am. It's not like it is kind of a sexual thing, I guess, but it's not. It's just I feel safe. I feel the women I tend to hit on and be like, hey, you want to do something later? I hate to find out, oh, that was a lesbian woman. Oh, well, they just didn't like you. Maybe, and that would be cool too if that were the case. I'm just saying, I wouldn't try, when someone says, oh, I'm a lesbian. Oh, Well, then I'm going to quit hitting on you. I'm barking up the wrong tree. My bad. Sorry about that. Whereas most dudes that I speak to, on the other hand, well, want to give it a try, maybe I'll my penis is magic. No. Stop it. And that shit should be treated just as harshly as the gay groomers that I have never seen in my entire goddamn life. It's just, it blows my goddamn mind. It really does. Because again, I know bad people are out there. John Wayne Gacy existed. People are bad, and people will take advantage of each other. But it's not based on their sex, and if you want to base it on their sex, I hate to tell you, straight people, y'all batting the rapey card. Y'all also batting the serial killer card, straight white folks. So I'm just saying, maybe the folks that are so militant against the group, maybe we should look into why. And how a lot of their fear-mongering is actually kind of red flag self-reporting. I mean, I'll also give it to you like this one. Back when I was working around churches a lot, because I was young and didn't know no better, and, you know, trying to fit in, you fit in where you can. But the number of times that, and again, this was the early 90s, gay was by no means new, but it was still frowned upon. It was still something to be ashamed of. And so, one of the youth pastors that I would work with, it was, well, we got to organize the groups. And well, don't send them with that one. Why? Well, he's a friend. Okay? I don't know what that, a friend of what? Well, he bats for a different team. Okay, what sports, we're going camping. What sports got to do with that? Well, Travis, he's gay. Oh, okay, so? This isn't a love meet, this is a youth retreat. What of it? Well, we can't let him be over the boys, but you're gonna let that grown man be over the girls' cabin. He's a man of God. Yeah, and by the end of the month, 3 of those girls are gonna be pregnant. Because the man of God convinced him he was speaking with the voice of God. Like I said, it bugs the shit out of me, because the real predators get away with this shit. Hell, Elon Musk has been, whether you want him to or not, just sending random women his essence. I don't know why I was trying to think of the clean way to say his cum, but it was like I was trying to be, you know, tactful. But he's been sending women his being for the sake of making a creepy little... I don't know, guys, I don't want to call him an insect because that's very dehumanizing, but what the fuck would you call that? Is he making these children with love in order to spread the joy that he was denied as a boy from his papa? No, he's making weird little pod people. And rather than calling him out and saying, oh, that's gross and weird and fucked up, let's all make fun of that collectively on his internet. No, well, Elon Musk is so smart. There's actually a white male epidemic going on right now, because white men ain't making babies. That's not how ethnicity works. That's not how anything works. But again, we live in a world where, well, I asked Grok, and Grok said it worked that way. Oh, cool. Well, this book said it doesn't, and these 4 magazines say it doesn't, and these 3 or 4 college professors say it does. Grok says it does. Grok wins. Like I said, y'all, I'm not saying to be defeatist. I'm saying to realize the enemies that we have. I'm saying to realize that we're not dealing with the brain trust here. We're dealing with a bunch of groypers. We're dealing with, how is it that they put it when they were defending their actions to go to Qatar and defend the evil fucking king over there? Oh, yes. They're just people looking for a button in their head that'll make all the fucked up bad things go away. Isn't that what we're all doing? Yeah, but the difference is if pushing my fucked up, make my bad feelings go away button hurts that person, I'm not going to push that button. I'm going to find a different way to stop those bad feelings. Whereas, you'll push the button 4 times. You'll question if it's ethical to kill this person to relieve your bad feelings. And before you say, no, what is the death penalty if not that? I mean, because again, y'all, let's be clear. Neuroscience says you are just as close to being the Joker. Let me expose you to one mind-shatteringly bad day, and you will become the worst person you know. The worst version of yourself. And yeah, I do kind of agree with the whole we're not born inherently evil. You can break that change. And that is true, you can. But you will still be the worst version of yourself. You will be going through that. You're not going to endure a trauma and come out the other end a better person for it. You will always come out a more shattered, more damaged, more fragile, or more, not resilient, but more likely to snap individual the more trauma you endure. And that's why I'm saying, don't heap it upon yourselves, but at the same time, don't pretend it. And my God, now everyone's button. Guys, I'm okay. Let me be clear. I'm not, when I sign off here in about 10-20 minutes, I'm not going to go and have a long, thoughtful conversation with a shotgun or nothing. I'm not. Y'all, that isn't this kind of crashing out at all. And I'm not trying to, real serious subject there. Not trying to joke too much about it. But the number of invites and stuff I get makes me think y'all are worried. I understand with how heated my conversations can be, but trust me, my corpse won't do any benefit to the world, so I'm not checking out yet, We do far more, and that's one of the things about it that I really want to hit home about the whole death cult doomerism nonsense. Y'all, being dead will not benefit this world at all. In fact, your decomposing body will add more carbon to the planet. So, stay alive till 99. Age 99. But, no, do what you can. When you get something from the market that's a fruit or vegetable that can grow out of the ground in your area, plant that shit. Take the extra time to get the seeds out of the garbage and plant that shit. What I'm currently doing, which may or might not be detrimental to the system, is I take the cardboard boxes that I don't use for my artwork or shipping and repackaging things, and I cut them into strips and then stuff them into plastic bottles until I can't stuff no more. This both gives me an arm workout, a wrist and hand workout, a bicep and tricep workout, and it packages my garbage into more like burnable little pucks. That way, hopefully, one day when the plastic dissolves completely, all the cardboard inside with the tiny amount of soda and or water that was left in the bottle and or juice, that will become a decayed fertilizer to hopefully add to all the plastic and clothing we put in there. But it's little things, y'all. Little bitty things. Like my neighbor who I should remember his name. He's a good fellow. But they live just the one across from us as a kid, and he's a good fellow too. I just don't talk to him all that much because every time I see him, he's either heading in from work or heading out to work, and I know that grind. You don't want to talk to neighbors right after you get in. Maybe if I had his favorite beverage and a hot meal, maybe if we had a block party, but I'm not going to be like, hey dude, you just got off work. Want to talk about all the shit that's going on to make the world a worse place? No. Dude be working. Dude next to him, however, who's also working, has frequently reached out to me on, hey boss, we're getting rid of our washing machine. Do you happen to need one? Hey dude, we're getting rid of our dryer. We're getting rid of this. And I hear you, well, why is he trying to give you his garbage? No, folks, he's got functioning tech that he doesn't need and he's replacing. He's doing the right thing. And I beg of y'all to do the same thing that neighbor is. It's scary. You might get fucking, oh, what, you think I'm poor? Fuck you. But more than likely, you'll just get, nah, man, I'm good, but thanks. And people will remember you. And when they get something, a microwave that they've replaced, something else that they might think, hey, I remember so-and-so checked on me. I'm going to go check on him. And even if you don't need the said item, well, thanks, bud, but maybe go check on. It's the first step, y'all. You want to know why No Kings is a wonderful thing, even though I don't fully... Look, y'all, I got very mixed feelings because at least we're doing something, and it's pissing off POTUS, so it's doing something. But it's not the revolution we need. It's the start. The start is getting out there and talking to people. And y'all, it's why no matter what, I try to be not like, do you know how many, and I'm not saying this as a pat on the back, though I do, y'all, when I say that, put winds in my sail like I don't know how to say. When a kid or a grown adult goes, man, that is some awesome hair, I like your hair, I'm like, aww. Now, not on messengers, y'all. I do like that if you've seen the videos, but I mean like IRL, us being person to person. I'm like, oh, thanks. And then I'll try to find something that they're wearing or a hairstyle or whatever to compliment back. And if they're just like, oh, everything you have is like, looks like a normal stylish look for you, I have nothing to compliment, I'll usually say, oh, well, I mean, if you really like it, here's how you can do it. I try to make sure that they understand. I'm not spending, one second, I'm not spending $130 to put 3 colors in my hair and then have it bleached out. I'm spending roughly 4 to 5 hours doing that. But it's, you know, you can do it. I can't do it for you because I'm not a cosmetologist. Man, we have weird fields here in America. Not that either one of those is weird, it's just weird that cosmology, the study of the cosmos, and cosmetology, the study of hair, nails, and makeup, are very similar to each other in name only. But yeah, I try to give that advice where I can. And I try, like, y'all, I've had construction workers look at me like I'm fucking cracked. Okay, buddy, whatever. Because when I rode past the new Tabernacle Fuck You mega church, sorry, I can't do it, y'all. If you have a little bitty church with a little bitty pastor or priestess, and you're just nitty bitty thing, and I ain't gonna be mean. I might avoid you because you scare me a little. But that's cool. That you're doing whatever you do. The Tabernacle is a church that takes up 2 city blocks. And that's just uncalled for. If your church is that big, we shouldn't have a homeless population. You should have 3 wings of your church just dedicated to housing the unhoused. One of the giant parts of your church should be an open at all times public kitchen. Another open at all times area for like babysitting. And by that I mean have cameras out, have actual like licensed professionals to watch the kids. If you have a church that can take up 3 around 2 city blocks, if I'm to be honest, then fuck you. You should not be able to. It's like when I hear about a billionaire, I just start fucking fuming. It's not that, oh, those people are doing well, so fuck them. No. It's not that. It's that you're using a limited resource for a greedy purpose. Well, Travis, they're preaching the word of God. It's not. No. Feeding people is not greedy. Preaching the ways of Christ, as far as like housing the unhoused, uplifting the downtrodden, visiting the inmate. These things, yes, by all means, uphold them. Your building isn't going to uphold those. You uphold those. And I would say if you're doing it to the fullest of your ability, giving inmates medical care, feeding unhoused children, getting unhoused and in danger people into housing, if you're doing that, you're not going to have a church that's the size of 3 to 4 city blocks. You're just not. Hate it to be mean to anyone that's like real big into the tabernacle, and for the record, I'm not talking about the actual biblical tabernacle. There's a big mega church in Cartersville Main Street called the Tabernacle. So, like I said, I'm trying to be clear with my shit here, because I don't want to just throw misplaced hate. My biggest problem with them is just the one time that I went to their food bank in a time when we really needed it, because Dad's check had been cut, and Chris refused to get a job, and Evan was only able to send a portion of his paycheck because he was trying to save up, and I was spending all my time basically being a full-time nurse for Dad. I was basically taking, when he would go to dialysis and going to collect aluminum cans, crashing them out, or crushing them up and recycling them, and then hitting the food bank on the other. I would like schedule it to where I'd be hitting food banks, recycling cans. I never took 5 minutes to myself, y'all. It's why I don't understand how to just sit or be still. But I would run up there, and they would waste about 2 hours of my time, because before they would give you this obnoxiously big holographic card, and by holographic I mean fluorescent, not holographic, but this fluorescent card that you would turn in at the food bank next door, you would first have to go and sit in on a church choir service, and for about an hour sing these various little songs from books, and have these people talk about how wonderfully grateful you should be to their cult leader because they fed you after all. Without him, you would be nothing but unwashed, unfed masses. And I happened to look around and see, you know, one black person for 20 plus white people. Plus they do have a cutoff time that they hand out those little tickets, and you do have to actually show up for church to get the ticket. And upon inspecting the food that they give you, which again, not going to say it's a bad thing, give people food, but all the food they give is either soon to expire, as in expired that day, or already expired by a few days. And again, not knocking it, that is just a heads up. If contained properly, food will outlast its expiration date. But I'm saying, if you're demanding these people show up to your church and sit for a fucking service, and writing them down as followers, and signing them up, and writing them off and all that on your tax business, you should be at least giving them food you purchased. Not food that all of your elderly citizens bought for their kids, or otherwise that didn't get eaten for a couple years, and finally came out of the back of the cabinets covered in cobwebs and roach shit. It's much like they say at Goodwill, another horrible scam organization. If you wouldn't want to receive it as a gift, don't give it to anybody. If you're going to give your neighbor that really cool power tool they need, since you got it replaced on the construction site, go ahead and before you give it to them, grab that rag and wipe it off real good, you know? Present it to them like you're giving them a gift. And don't expect a gift in exchange, just if you get one, be happy for it. Like I said, y'all, I know the first part of the stream started off with me blowing up at how garbage the world is. Because it is garbage. It is. But it can change. That's the beauty of the IRL game we play together, y'all. It's a real-life MMORPG. And you get to choose your character within reason. And you get to choose your appearance, apparently within reason. And you get to be a part of it. But you just have to try. And go out there every day and try, instead of like some of these assholes, to make it a bit of a worse place for everybody, a bit of a better place for you. Genuinely try to make it a better place for everybody, y'all. I'm off the Trump... I hope Trump supporters find the... I hope they find happiness. Far away from me, but I hope they find happiness. And I hope that one day they can live in such a way that they don't have to put their boots on someone else's neck in order to feel like a man. Or a woman. Because let's face it, y'all, it's not all men. It's mostly men. It's mostly men, but it's not all men. There are some women in that incel movement too. Don't get it twisted. But it's like, I hate it for them. I do genuinely feel bad for them, because it's like, okay, to a friend that I won't dox, because we haven't been friends in several years since the first Trump administration, but the Grand Priest of Perversion, I'll go with his D&D character's name. He was a good guy, an interesting character, and he was very much, when we were in Job Corps, the guy that would argue just for the sake of arguing for the other side. Like, we had numerous arguments on, well, were the Nazis evil, or were they just trying to look out for their own people? We had numerous arguments like that, and it should have been a red flag, admittedly, but I thought he was just, you know, an avid historian. I was ignorant because he was a brown person that was racist against brown people. I was very confused at this, because at that time in my life, I had never met a racist brown person. But I let it go. I figured, you know, we could reach common ground. And it was kind of weird and fun to have a racist brown friend when I was the anti-racist white guy. But Either way, we tried to make a difference, we tried to make a change, and we just inevitably, I figured out that we were both trying to do the same thing but for different ends. And at that point, we both pulled out, I guess. Because he was steadily trying to convince my dumb, gay, lib, woke ass that, no, black people do hate me just because I'm white. He knows several black people that hate me just because I'm white. And the only response to that is to equal that racism out with your racism. And I'm like, no, because, and this is the hard one, y'all, stick with me through it, but they have a right to be a little bit skeptical of the white guy. They do. Most of their ancestors were fucked over hard by white people, and they never got a fair shake. If the 20 acres and a mule had happened, if reparations had actually happened, if they actually happened today, then yeah, Republicans could actually ride on their stupid, anti-racist, fucking white racist shit. But they never paid the tab. They just pretend that they did. Abraham Lincoln was murdered before reparations could be paid. So we talked about doing it, but we never did it. Much like when Martin Luther King was assassinated, and we said they would be given equal rights, but we still kept it separate but equal until, what, 2007 when Texas repealed it? It was, white people lie like a cheap-ass rug, like a cheap toupee. And I'm not saying all white people, I'm saying as a majority. And it sucks. I hate it, because I'm white. And so as the person who is a part of the group that constantly lies, I have to sit here and go, yeah, dude, that be right, that be facts. Most cops are racist, but they won't call themselves racist because they've been raised ever since they were little baby cops to think that everyone is trying to kill them, and they are the Batman. They are the Frank Castle. They are the torch against the dark. No, dude, the majority of what your job should be is to take people to court in your cop car and to de-escalate situations so you don't put people in jail. But again, American policing has been built entirely on take dangerous perp, put them in box, make money off of dangerous perp in box. I mean, we make a game of it. Rather than trying to get to the bottom of each situation, it quickly becomes, okay, well, this person is going to adamantly defend you, even if we know for a fact you did it. They're going to say you didn't and try to make an excuse for it. Meanwhile, this person, even if we know for a fact you couldn't do it, is going to avidly argue that there is no possible way you couldn't do it. And whoever's the better arguer, that's who decides your fate, friend. It's not fact-based, otherwise the minute you get caught perjuring yourself in court, Ghislaine Maxwell, you would be permanently removed from being able to do that shit in court. The minute you get proven to be a bad witness, or that you get proven as a cop that you write up false reports or hurt people, you would be disbanded and blackballed. And, okay, give you an example, y'all. If you're a doctor and you start pushing this woo-woo stupid nonsense and start, say, injecting your patients with olive oil rather than the vaccines they need, you'll lose your medical license. You'll get blackballed. You might be able to do like Dr. Oz and get rich selling miracle cures to idiots and vulnerable people, but you'll never be able to actually sit in the halls of medicine again and call yourself a proper DR doctor. Meanwhile, as a cop, you can kill 6 kids and, we'll just bounce you to the next precinct. You might have to move states. There's no demand for perfection, and yet they pretend like they are persecuted against. Again, y'all, as a former fast food employee, if I just served you a turd burger, I would be arrested for attempted poisoning, for all sorts of malicious and insane shit. But as a cop, if I shoot somebody because they put their hand in their pocket, I was scared, hell, I might not even see a day in court. That might just get written off as nothing. And I'm sorry, I realize doing the job you do as a cop, you have to have a certain degree of leniency, but I don't think you should. Or if you do get that certain degree of leniency, we should make it really, really next to impossible for you to be able to kill somebody. Like, again, it should just be not even a thing that enters your head. I want most cops to be nonviolent by their first choice. And I think we should get rid of all these adrenaline junkies that think they're going to be fighting cartels with high impulse. Save that shit for the military. And for the record, I would like to formally apologize to the military. I know y'all don't want them adrenaline junkies either, but I'd rather them be elsewhere. Send them to Alaska or Antarctica or some point far away from the rest of us, and let them go be Rambo out in the wilderness. I don't know. I don't want people to be hurt. I don't think people belong in boxes. I think we might need to do it if, you know, you're one of these incels that thinks, well, if I conquer her over the head and I keep her in my house, well, that's my wife now. No, sir, you need to go, and we need to keep you away from all the women that you would hurt and exploit, and educate you on to why that is a very broken thought process. But not keep you in the cage forever. Just keep you in there until, you know, you figure out that women aren't just sex objects. Put people in these boxes and make them nice boxes. I'm not saying we put you in a box full of bugs and parasites and termites and people that want to do horrible, unspeakable things to you and leave you there. I'm saying we give people their individual... We do the fucking Swiss method. We do the way that other countries that have much lower crime rates than us do. And yeah, the white supremacists in the... Well, those are white countries. No, they're not. Those are just countries that have a good system and don't exploit people as much. They're still exploiting people, just not as much. That's the thing, y'all. There's no perfect system I can point to and go, that's the one. Otherwise, I would be going there. I would be sending that government mail every single day, just begging them. I'll be a lab rat. Just get me out of this fucking fascist hellscape. But there is no perfect government, y'all. We could have it, we could build it, but it would take us learning from mistakes and doing away with the thought that there is a perfect solution. Because there's not. What's right for me won't be right for you. What's right for you won't be right for me. So the best we can do is to find a way for all of us to be comfortable. See? And that's what I'm trying to, like, as much as I'm on my soapbox preaching, that's what I'm trying to preach for. Y'all, we've got a 90-something-year-old president who posted a rage bait AI image of him literally shitting on the American people. That's what Grandpa posted. Meanwhile, Bernie Sanders, this man's fucking age, is out here, same way he's been every day since he was fucking 20-something, trying to build a better America. For everybody. Not for his constituents, not for himself, for everybody. Yet that man will never be fucking president. And we've got a reality star who thinks grab him by the pussy is the greatest fucking catchphrase that can come up next to, you're fired. Like I said, do better, America. That's all I'm saying. We can do better, we should do better, and we've been doing this shit for way too fucking long. Let's stop this shit and do better, please. Collectively, everybody, myself included. Look, I will broach the middle ground. I will stop calling Trump supporters by the totally accurate label of fascists. If they can just do one thing for me and get their king to produce the Epstein files. Because at this point, they're just delaying getting more Congress people out there on the floor that'll release them. Release the Epstein files, y'all, and I will stop calling you pedophile defenders. And we about to die by a mini-zombie. Where did you come from, bitch? Did I kill him? Oh, God. Where is he gonna come from now? I might have killed him. I hate the little zombies. I'm guessing he died. Nope, he didn't. Fuck you. I see you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Eat a dick. Oh, that was an homophobic insult. My bad, y'all. Either way, where'd that little bastard come from? He's not good. He's not good. But hey, we survived our first mini-zombie. like I said, y'all, I'm about to sign off here just because, you know, we've been going for about an hour 30. Final thoughts, I suppose, going whole Jerry Springer with it now, is just, y'all, we can make this place better, but it ain't gonna happen alone, and it'll only happen if we work together. And I'm sorry, it's not up to the right wing or the left wingers to be the bigger people here. Right wingers, you chose a pedophile. Own it. Know that you did it, and do better. Okay? I mean, the left has to own that we chose a sex pest at Bill Clinton, so you guys chose a pedophile. Own it, and move on, because if you own it, and fix it, and don't let it happen again, no one can make that your thing if you own it, and, you know, fix it. Rather than doing what the current right wing is doing, which is just, you know, owning it in the terrible way of saying it's not so bad. Those women ass. All the terrible shit. Don't be terrible is all I'm saying. Be better. Do better, because I know you can. And we'll see you next time. Here in a couple hours, I'll probably pop up again for a Saints Row stream. Hopefully a much happier chill stream. Sorry for the darkness this morning, y'all. Wasn't really expecting a wind-up, but I kind of got upset. Y'all be good, and we will see you later, y'all. I do love you, collectively, parasocially, and I ain't asking for your money, y'all, but do help out your local libraries, your food banks, not your churches, but anywhere else that helps people. Go pitch in, help out where you can. If you can't give money, give time. If you can't give either, hell, post them on your social media. We all know you got that thing going on. Take care, y'all. We love you. We'll see you later. We're out for now.